Hi, Coach Joe here. Have Jules Umanzor. We're going to go over his swing today. I got him matched up next to Chipper Jones, one of the greatest hitters in the game, lifetime 300 hitter, guaranteed Hall of Famer, 500 home runs. And there's a reason why he has been so consistent throughout the years is because he has just incredible mechanics. He's got power. He's got grace in his swing. And so let's take a look at that swing right there. It's beautiful, balanced, powerful, really an amazing swing. That's why he's done what he's done over the years. So here we got the future star, Jules Umanzor. Jules has very nice mechanics. We're going to go over a couple things in this swing right now. This is a drill we do where we just practice our load, and I just don't like that front toe being turned in as he is right now in this position. When we take a pitch, let's take a look at Chipper Jones. When he takes a pitch, this is the position you want to be in. Front foot down, hands back, and now you're either taking or going to swing. Okay, so this drill, the purpose of this drill is to actually mimic what you would do in a regular game. This take should look no different than the next series here, as when he's actually going to swing, he should be here when he takes on this drill. And that's why he leaks forward. This is called leaking because when he lands, his hands are already committed. Watch as I bring it. His hands are here. Whereas when we look at Chipper Jones, when that heel comes down, he's not as committed. His hands are quite back as opposed to Jules. Jules at this point is here at this phase of the swing. Not good. You want to be, when at front foot lands, your hands want to be back. Okay, so let's continue on through. So Jules, once he decides to swing, he makes a nice turn to the ball, has a good weight shift. I'd like to see more of a hip turn. That back toe just kind of turns and goes up onto it goes onto his toe, which is good. He doesn't squish the bug. All right, which some hitting coaches teach the young kids, which is okay. But what I'd really like to see is, let's take a look at Chipper Jones. When Chipper Jones goes into his load, he shifts his weight. He shifts and loads his hands at the same time as he goes into his swing. Let's take a look at his back foot. Look what it's doing. Not only is it going on his toe, it's actually going forward, because that means he has incredible hip turn. So basically what that means is this hip here is driving forward in this direction. So what I would like to see Jules have a little bit more of a weight shift, and that back toe, we should actually see this back toe moving in this direction, going forward. So let's continue on through. Now, very nice. Let's back it up a little bit. So he rotates. He gets to the ball nicely. And a little funny action, a little funny wrist action. You can see here where his wrist actually at contact. They make a kind of a weird little turn. And one thing that happens with Jules that he can improve on also, if we draw a circle around his shoulder, and we back his swing up, he makes the turn, he makes contact, and then right about here, his shoulders just stop turning and his wrists break, and then the swing, finally he continues, and then he pulls on through at the end. We take a look at Chipper Jones here. Let's back him up a little bit. When Chipper Jones powers through his swing, what we're going to see here is, let's take a look at his back shoulder. Let's back it up just a little bit. Draw a circle around his shoulder here. And we'll see when Chipper Jones, you'll see that his shoulder just continues and powers all the way through. I mean, his shoulder ends up way, well, not quite that much, but you get the hang of it. So what I'd like to see Jules do is power through a little bit more. He stops shoulder rotation, and then his arms just break, and that's why his wrists had that funky action. But all in all, Jules does a really nice job. Once again, I'd like to see a little bit more of an aggressive move in this direction, a little better weight shift, which will get him that back toe dragging a little bit, which is going to give him a lot more power. Let's get rid of some of these lines. Let's take a look at Chipper again. Let's back up his swing. He goes into his negative move. He goes forward. So once again, the stride goes forward. This is why we do this drill. We stride, hands back. We stride, hands back. We stride, hands back. We decide to swing. We go. We turn. Back foot, as you can see, comes off the ground because all his weight is getting transferred right into that baseball. And he doesn't stop going there. He keeps going. His shoulders continue to rotate all the way around. And that's why guys like this hit 500 home runs. And that's why Major League hitters are as successful as they are, because there's a lot more to the swing than meets the eye. But here we go. Jules is doing great. We're going to continue working on these things. Let's take a look at a couple more of his swings. Here we go. So once again, that toe, not good right there on the load position. Even though it's a drill, he should be more in this position. That's the take position right there. That's good. Also, his hands are a little bit high. I'd like to see him lower his hands a little bit. Once again, let's get Chipper down here. When Chipper loads, his hands are right about his shoulder height. Jules, his hands are like by his ear. It's going to make it a lot difficult for him to get on the path. He has to take a steep downward path to the ball, which he does. And then at the very last minute, he has to whip it around to get it on plane. If you watch Chipper, he actually gets the bat on plane down here. You can see his bat is back here, so he has all this time to get the bat from here to here to here to here. So he has this whole distance here. If I draw a line, he's got this distance from here to here to make contact with the ball. Jules, because he's a little steep to the ball, he only gets on path right about here, in this region here. And it's just going to give him less time to actually get on path of the baseball and give him an opportunity to hit a line drive. I hope you enjoyed this. Coach Joe signing off, and I'll see you guys soon.